Tonight the Glasgow QFM Tigers welcome the team which races the furthest away from Glasgow, the Isle of Wight Dares Islanders. Isle of Wight, captained by Ray Morton, are one of the newest teams in the Premier League after taking over from Skegness.
Walked by you, but every single one of them. How's the weather been up here, Craig?
Was it?
Edinburgh.
Frank got Haley's in his toolbox.
Been going so far?
Yeah, it's getting better all the time. Just got, on the team side of things, we just got Steve Masters and that, and strengthened the team up so much. And we won at Berwick yesterday, so things are looking up.
You've raced in both the Elite League and the Premier League. Which did you find the best?
Obviously, it's nice to be in the top league and everything, but as I'm getting older and sort of thing, and things start slowing down a bit, I find it a little bit easier in this league, and I find it much more enjoyable.
Due to the rules in Speedway, you had to take a break last year. Did you find it hard making your comeback?
Yeah, probably for the first couple of meetings, things didn't go as normal as planned, sort of thing. But no, we're halfway through the season and it's all back to normal now.
How do you think Isle of Wight will do tonight?
Well, like I say, we're very strong at the bottom end now with Steve Masters in reserve. So we've got as good a chance as anybody here, but I know the Glasgow's boys go very well around their own track, so it's going to be tough, and I think it's just going to be a good close meeting.
Thanks, Ray.
No problem.
Welcome back to Shawfield for league business. It's our very own number 1, Charlie Anderson. What is easy, Glasgow? What is easy, Glasgow?
Well, the cup matches are over. To all intents and purposes, Glasgow will qualify. We hear hot off the press from Stuart MacDonald, who's now a Stoke rider, as of tonight, that Stoke will continue. So, all being well, Glasgow will qualify for the cup. This is heat 1 of tonight's league match. Lines up Dally Anderson in gate 1, Neville Tatum gate 2, Will Beveridge gate 3, and Scott Swain in gate 4. Fairly level start. Anderson makes it to turn 1 in the lead. His place is very much in the balance, as we've read in the press this week, and Will Beveridge is another one whose place is in the balance, and that's done him no good at all. And Daly so far looks very comfortable. Neville Tatum will give him a hard time, and Scott Swain, who's recently been released by Kings Lynn in the Elite League, not looking too comfortable in third at the moment. Daly time to look round, 2 laps to go, and he's a comfortable leader, and Can he keep this up? As we said earlier, his team place is definitely in jeopardy. Brian Sands has publicly said that as soon as he gets a replacement, Daly's on his way out. It's up to Daly now to prove his worth. And as they go into the last lap, he looks very comfortable, it has to be said. I can't recall him winning Heat 1 this season. I may be wrong, but I can't recall him winning Heat 1. And that's a big win, and that's gone down well with the support. 3 points for Daly, 2 for Neville Tatum, and a point for Scott Swain. Progressive scores 3-all. This is Heat 2, and I've got to say this Isle of Wight team look very solid right through. This one lines up in White and Gate 1. It's Steve Masters, recently released from Swindon in the Elite League. I'm sure he'll be able to gate, but can he get round? Gate 2, Grant McDonald. Gate 3, Danny Bird. Interesting to see him. And Gate 4 is Brian Turner. And Danny Bird's touched the tapes, that's a shame. And he'll be excluded. And it'll be a rerun with 3 riders only.
Starting stage, you can see 4 lights. Colour red, blue, white, yellow, black one is lit up. The yellow, black one, Danny Bird, and that means that he'll be excluded from the rerunning of heat number 2 for Saturday. Danny Bird excluded for Saturday. Later, just the 1 right. The red is Grant McDonald, blue, Brian Turner, white without.
Well, I'll apologise in advance, a little play on Danny's name, but Danny Bird was too keen to fly there and was the unfortunate victim being excluded at the tape, so Swindon got alone. Will we eventually get a... sorry, not Swindon, Steve Masters goes it alone. Will we eventually get a race in which all 4 riders finish? Masters Gate 1, McDonald Gate 2, Turner Gate 4. And it is Masters from the inside who's gated. McDonald going for his favoured inside line here. Turner well off the pace in the early stages of this one. Masters goes wide, McDonald, we've seen it so many times. Grant McDonald coming up the inside there, out of turn 4. Masters is coming back at him. Masters must be one of the highest averaged reserves in any of the teams. His average according to the programme is 5.18. Glasgow's 2 reserves who have been going very well, they're both 3.5 and 3 respectively. We're getting to the last lap and it's McDonald leading, a few lengths clear of Steve Masters, who's cut to the inside this time. And here comes Masters, Elite League experience. And McDonald will go for the cutback here. This will be an interesting finish. And Masters has done enough to hold on. That's excellent last lap from Steve Masters. 3 points for him, 2 for Grant McDonald and a point for Brian Turner. 3-all in that heat, progressive scores 6-all.
Well, Heat 2 sponsored by the Veterinary Industry. Celebrate their all-year the long-standing true appreciation for the rider and the white helmet, Steve Masters!
This is heat number 3, and from the inside it lines up for Glasgow in blue, Sean Courtney. Gate 2 in white, it's Jason Bunyan. Gate 3 in red for Glasgow, it's Mick Powell. And in Gate 4 in yellow, it's Wayne Carter. Isle of Wight come fresh from a big victory at Berwick last night. They beat the Bandits 53-37. And so far, they're holding their own. What will Heat 3 bring? And it's the Tigers riders. Rocket from the start. Hotly pursued by Wayne Carter, who's now out towards the fence. And it's up to Jason Bunyan. Bunyan been unlucky with injury over the past few seasons. Very promising youngster though. Got a heat leader berth Isle of Wight, and he's all over Sean Courtney. Powell trying to team ride with his partner, but Bunyan's given Courtney a hard time. And we've said recently that some of the visitors are pretty weak going into turn 3, but not Jason Bunyan. That's where he's done all the hard work. But he should have his work cut out trying to reel in Mick Powell, and Courtney having an awful time of it, rearing, and Wayne Carter's packed up at the back, possibly just as well for Sean. And Bunyan's all over Mick Powell here. Mickey stretches away, as they enter the last lap. And it's another race with only 3 riders finishing. But this time it's a heat advantage to Glasgow. It's a 4-2 for the Tigers, 3 for Mick Powell, 2 for Jason Bunyan and a point for Sean Courtney. Takes the progressive scores, 10 to Glasgow, 8 to the Islanders.
Well, as exciting stuff in Heat 3, 2 lead rounds of the team putting up the rider in the red helmet representing the Glasgow QFM Tigers. The very own captain showing appreciation for Mickey Powell.
Heat 4 lines up, Brian Turner gate 1, Danny Bird hoping for better luck this time in gate 2. First outings for David Steen in gate 3 and Ray Morton in gate 4. And that's an even start this time. Brian Turner's the one that's been left. And will we see a heat with 4 riders finishing? And Steen's moved out into Morton's path. 1 or 2 of the riders are having a bit of a problem out there in the exit of the second turn. Seems to be quite loose. We've seen 1 or 2 of them locking up. Steen's got a 4 or 5 bike length lead already. And this one's pretty much spaced out now. Brian Turner's coasting up to the line here. There's not much to say about this one. Steenie's got half a straight of a lead, followed by Ray Morton and Danny Bird putting in an interesting ride in third. Danny getting to grips with the track. David Steen, who we're watching, testimonial man this season. Don't know if there's anything planned for Shawfield, but big event sometime in August, I believe, down at Smallmead at Reading. It's a good win for David Steen, 3 points for him, 2 for Ray Morton and a point for Danny Bird. Back to the 3 alls again, and the progressive scores are 13 for Glasgow and 11 for the Islanders.
Well, there's another race, an exciting race all the way from the team top. And the rider in the red helmet representing the Glasgow QFN Tigers is David Steen. And to really make this happen, we had a clutch problem with Brian's bike. There was a clutch problem with
This is Heat 5. Scott Swain lines up in yellow in gate 1. Mick Powell for Glasgow in gate 2. Neville Tatum gate 3. And Short Courtney closest to the fence here in gate 4. One or 2 riders moving there at the start, and it's Powell and Tatum that hit the first turn first. And Powell leads gone into bend 3. Courtney caught on the outside of Scott Swain here, but he's going to cut back. And for the long straight on Scott Swain, he's underneath. Tries to move him out a bit. Swain's coming back at him on the outside. But again, the Glasgow rider's quickest into turn 3. Scott Swain trying to cut back this time. And Neville Tatum's still within striking distance of Mick Powell. Mickey has a wee look. In the meantime, Courtney looks down at his motor. Scott Swain's reeling him in a bit again. Powell taking a tighter exit of the 4th turn. They're in the last lap now, and Tatum must fancy his chances. Is Tatum going to cut back? No, hasn't got enough. 2 races for the price of 1 here. Tatum not far away at the finish, and he's gone for a big drive round outside. And that's a good effort. He'll maybe use that line later on. 3 points for Mick Powell, 2 for Neville Tatum, point for Sean Courtney, 4-2 for Glasgow. Brings a progressive score 17 for the Tigers, 13 for the Islanders.
well, he finds an excellent here Speedway with 2 separate races.
Ours. This is Heat 6. Will Beveridge, another rider, hoping for better luck this time. As we said earlier on, there's maybe 1 or 2 Tigers riders whose jackets are on shaky nails. And with all the riders that are available now, Edinburgh having dropped a couple, you just never know. Will Beveridge lines up in gate 1, gate 2 Ray Morton, gate 3 Dally Anderson, and gate 4 it's Steve Masters. And Dally's missed the start completely this time. It's up to Will Beveridge, he's leading from the front. He's going to have to work hard here, Steve Masters. powering round the outside of him. Ray Morton's trying to hug the line. That's balking Dally Anderson a bit, but here comes Dally, and this is much better from Anderson. He looks interested now, and I don't think so far this season we've seen fight like this coming from Dally. Okay, he's only in third at the moment, but he's certainly looking a lot better. And Steve Masters, probably not unexpectedly, leading this one. As we said, he's just come from the Elite League, he's come from Swindon. He's been working hard to hold down a team berth there, but with the averages changing in the Elite League, I'm afraid he's had to go, and it's to the benefit of the Islanders. Sure, they'll be quite happy to have snapped up a rider of his undoubted calibre. And he's leading this one as they get into the last two turns. And is Dally going to take the second place off Will? Yes, he has. No, he hasn't. Throttles back, lets Will have it. So the 3-all, and the progressive scores are 20 to the Tigers and 16 to the Islanders.
Well, heat 6, another from Speedway to the tail racing from the deep top all the way right through the beach.
This is heat 7 and the scoreline is still quite tight. Glasgow hold a 4-point advantage, and I think they'll do well to maintain the 4-point advantage by the end of the night. The Isle of Wight side look very useful. Steve Masters, who won the last 8, is unbeaten after 2. Could be a trump card at reserve because they can introduce him whenever they like. This is heat 7 as we said, and it lines up in Wight and gate 1, Jason Bunyan. He was quite impressive first time out. Gate 2, David Steen, a winner first time out. Gate 3, Wayne Carter, be hoping for better luck. He broke down, and in gate 4 it's Grant MacDonald. Take tries, and it's Steenie that's made the start again. Quite sensational gating from David Steen. And here comes the Islanders. Bunyan on the inside, Carter going mid to wide track. Grant MacDonald for the time being at the back, and we haven't seen Grant at the back very often this season. Looking at the averages, he's the third leader, but the Islanders are getting into awful bother, and they almost collide there. Jason Bunyan maybe a little bit reckless. After all, he was behind Wayne Carter, and in the meantime David Steen lengthens his lead, and Carter's almost down there, struggling on that bend. Grant MacDonald hopefully this time can make up a bit of ground, because the Islanders are getting in one another's way. And MacDonald's on his favourite line, and here he comes. They're into the last lap. Bunyan looking comfortable in second down. Carter has come down on that spot. He's definitely having problems going in there. And this is going to finish a 4-2 for the Tigers. Very fortunate again. 3 points for David Steen, 2 for Jason Bunyan, who's looking absolutely excellent. Very impressed with him so far. And a point for Grant MacDonald. The 4-2 lengthens Glasgow's lead, 24 to the Tigers and 18 to the Islanders.
Another tremendous heat of Speedway. We're really entertained tonight. Show appreciation for the rider for Glasgow PFM Tigers in the red, David Steen. The appreciation for the rider in the white is Jason Bunyan.
Good bollocks. Gate 8 lines up Danny Bird in gate 1, Grant MacDonald gate 2, replacing Brian Turner, was excluded in 2 minutes. Scott Swain in gate 3, and an outside Will Beveridge in gate 4. Can Will win this one? Scott Swain and he collide as they go at the first turn. Danny Bird's got a good line on the inside, and here comes Beveridge and MacDonald. MacDonald storming past two of the riders has entered turn 3 for the first time, and it's Scott Swain with an early lead. Grant MacDonald will persevere away on the inside there, and so will Will Beveridge, and I hope the Tigers riders sort themselves out. They've lost Danny Bird at the back, is about half the length of the straight behind the time being, but not being disgraced. Shawfield is a hard track to ride, and this is Danny's first visit here. But it's Scott Swain, 2 or 3 bike length lead over Grant MacDonald. Will Beveridge in third. And Swain's putting in a good ride in this one. Again, he should be capable of winning these kind of heats, having come from the Elite League, but he's made a mistake this time. And here comes MacDonald into turn 3 and 4 for the last time. And Swain's moved off the racing line under pressure from MacDonald. Can MacDonald catch him? No, he can't. That's a good ride from Scott Swain. 3 points for him, 2 for Grant MacDonald, 1 for Will Beveridge. That's a 3 each, and the progressive scores are 27 for Glasgow, 21 for the Islanders.
Well, we need to get another around to see the Speedway. We're going to stay all the way around for the whole 4 laps. To show the appreciation for the rider in the white helmet from the Isle of Wight is Speedway.
This is heat 9. 2 riders are unbeaten in this one. Gate 1 we've got Ray Morton. Gate 2 we've got Sean Courtney. Gate 3 we've got the unbeaten Steve Masters. He's won his first 2 rides. And in Gate 4 in red for the Tigers is Mick Powell, also unbeaten after 2 rides. This should be interesting. And it is Powell and Masters who make it to the first turn ahead of the other 2. And they're 3 abreast going down the back straight there. Masters is bottled out from the challenge from Ray Morton, his teammate, up the inside, and that lets Powell go. Morton's been pretty disappointing so far, expected a lot more from him. And Sean Courtney's on his case now. And Morton's turned left slightly on Courtney as they try to find the racing line. Powell's away in the meantime in front. Masters holding on in second. Morton coming under a lot of pressure from Sean Courtney now. Sean likes that inside line there, and Morton's doing everything they can to hold it. And another charge from Courtney. Masters has gone out towards the fence, and here comes Courtney underneath Morton. And I wondered if he couldn't have caught both of them there. And Masters is toiling this time, and here comes Sean Courtney. The crowd rising to this. And it's the last 2 turns, pulls an easy winner. Masters, is he going to take second? Yes, he is. And it's a well-worked 3rd place for Sean Courtney. Another 4-2 for Glasgow. This means there's an 8-point deficit and tactical substitutes can come in for the Islanders. But the progressive scores now 31 for the Tigers and 23 for the Islanders.
Oh, yeah, again, the heat gets better and better. That was tremendous time all the way.
This is heat 10 and there is a change, and that's in Gate 1. It's a reserve replacement. It's Steve Masters taking 2 in the trot. Gate 2 it's Will Beveridge. Gate 3 it's Jason Bunyan, very impressive Jason Bunyan, it has to be said. And in Gate 4 it's Dally Anderson. What can the Tigers do here? And Will Beveridge left at the start, and it's not a good night for Will. It might be good night, Will. And here comes Dally Anderson, is he down the back straight? No, it's the Islanders who have taken the lead. It's Jason Bunyan. And here comes Dally. Dally's definitely interested this week. He's going to come round Steve Masters. This is impressive stuff from Dally Anderson. And he's gone for a cutback here, and this is a different Dally Anderson we're seeing. Be very respectful to Steve Masters in the entrance to the 3rd turn, first time round, or 2nd time round, sorry. But it's Bunyan lengthening his lead. Masters tucked in 2nd, and Anderson now beginning to tail off a bit in 3rd. And just when we hoped we've seen better stuff from Anderson, it's not to be. Having said that, this is definitely the Islanders' impressive 2 riders of the evening so far. Jason Bunyan leading into the last 2 turns, followed by Steve Masters, another paid win for him. And that's impressive, yep. Jason Bunyan, 3 points for him, 2 to Steve Masters, 1 for Dally Anderson, and an unfortunate sorry last for Will Beveridge. The 5-1 to the Islanders makes the progressive scores 32 for Glasgow, 28 for the Islanders. This is heat 11, it lines up from the inside in red. It's the unbeaten David Steen. In Gate 2, Scott Swain. Gate 3, Grant MacDonald. And Gate 4, Neville Tatum. Scott Swain was a winner last time out. Neville Tatum's only had 2 rides and there have been 2 second places. He was unfortunate not to win. his last ride with that big burst from round outside of the fourth bend. Tate tries, and it's David Steen from gate 1 again. Neville Tatum going for the long run round the outside. Steenie moves mid-track, tries to block it, and here come the Islanders as the sun begins to shine on turns 3 and 4 there. Grant McDonald looking for a way through, and the inside of Scott Swain. Tatum going for that wide line, and McDonald is through very impressively, and he's almost caught Tatum as well, and he has, and that's very impressive from Grant McDonald. Steenie unaware of what's going on behind him. Tatum going for that outside line as we thought he might. It was very productive from earlier on, but Grant McDonald's in an inside line rider, and this is suiting him right down to the ground, and he's still in touch. Tatum again going for the charge round the outside. Can Steenie suss this one out? Move out a little bit, try and help his partner. And here comes McDonald again. Tatum freewheeling into the corner that time, and that's allowed McDonald through, and this is very impressive from the Tigers. McDonald never say die, never gives up, perseverance, and it's paid off again, and that's an excellent 5-1 for the Tigers. And Tatum's had a problem there, he's had to pull his cutout off. I was watching that there, it looked as if his throttle possibly jammed, and he did go for the cutout with his other hand, and he's up and he's okay. 5-1 to the Tigers, as we said. 3 for Steen, 2 for McDonald. Tatum takes the point, and that extends the lead back to an 8-point deficit again. 37 for the Tigers and 29 for the Islanders. Well, this is definitely a mouth-watering race. This is heat 12, and it lines up in gate 1 in red, it's Mick Powell. And gate 2 in yellow, it's Steve Masters, who's only been beaten once in 4 outings. Gate 3 is Brian Turner, hoping for better luck this time. Hopefully he'll have his clutch problem sorted out. And in gate 4, it's my rider of the night for the visitors, it's Jason Bunyan. Neil Muldoon brings them all into line. He's happy, walks away. The Tate's rising from gate 1, it's Mick Powell. Turner has lifts violently there as they come off the line, but it's Powell down the back straight, Masters and Bunyan hotly in pursuit. And the Islanders really are putting up a tremendous effort tonight. I think maybe 1 or 2 of the supporters may have stayed away from this fixture tonight, but it is a very useful side to put together. Very solid right through, and they've been impressive. After 2 laps, it's Mick Powell leading. Bunyan not giving up and making up a bit of ground, and Powell has time to look over, see who it is and where they're coming from. And Bunyan's not making it easy for Powell. They're into the last lap now. It's getting a bit dusty out there as well now. Powell's pulled away as they enter turns 3 and 4 for the last time. No passing in it, but it's been a good one. 3 for Mick Powell, 2 for Jason Bunyan, 1 for Steve Masters. The 3 all brings the progressive scores to 40 for the Tigers and 32 for the Islanders. Now heat 13, another interesting lineup. Maybe not the lineup I would have chosen had I been one of the managers, but we'll run through that as we go through it. In gate 1 it's Neville Tatum, in gate 2 it's Dally Anderson, in gate 3 surprisingly from my point of view it's Ray Morton. I'd have put Jason Bunyan or Steve Masters in, and in gate 4 it's the unbeaten David Steen. And Steen doesn't make the start this time, and he knows it. He's shaking his head as he leaves the start, nor is Dally Anderson, but here comes Steenie around the outside, and it's Morton and Tatum. And here comes Steen thundering round the outside, and he's caught Tatum. Can he get after Morton? He's tucking down on the inside now where he likes to be. And this is impressive stuff from Steenie. And this commentator's eating his words. As I said, I wouldn't have had Ray Morton out, but there you are, he's leading the race. And Dally's back to his usual form at the back. And that's quite sad after the excellent opening ride he had. Morton looks now to be on his way to victory over David Steen, and Steen had done a lot of hard work there after missing the gate, and one or two members of the crowd are giving Anderson a hard time, and he looked to have plenty of opportunity to catch Neville Tatum, but he's just not either capable of doing it or interested in doing it, and that's impressive from Ray Morton. I eat my words, I apologise. 3 good points for Ray Morton, 2 for David Steen, 1 for Neville Tatum. 4 points for the Islanders, takes their score to 36, and Glasgow are on 42.
David Steen for the Shawfield Tigers, Neville Tatum and Ray Morton. Former visitors, apologies to misleading you in the crowd, but show appreciation for the rider in the yellow flag, representing our visitors is Ray Morton. And for the rider is David Steen.
Heat 14 with Glasgow holding a slender 6-point lead, 2 to go. Gate 1 it's Grant McDonald, Gate 2 it's Wayne Carter. In red, in Gate 3 it's Sean Courtney, and Jerry's called it wrong again. We're all capable of doing that. On the outside in yellow it's reserve replacement Steve Masters. So what could have been a fairly comfortable 5-1 to the Tigers is certainly not going to be that now. We're going to have to work very hard to keep Masters out. Courtney rolls back, and it's even starting. Courtney's made a start. Masters seemed to shut off there, and there goes McDonald, and can Courtney come in from being stuck out on the fence there? There was an opportunity for Masters possibly to dive underneath him, and here he comes this time. Carter's slightly slower and getting in the way, and Courtney's on the outside where he doesn't really like to be. Here's an opportunity, is it? But Masters has taken the opportunity. That's where Courtney should have been. In the meantime, McDonald leads, and Masters is moving out of the pack now, trying to get to the outside, straining every muscle to get on Grant McDonald's case. And Carter riding slightly better this time than he did earlier on, and it's a sorry Sean Courtney that's sitting at the back. And as they're into the last lap, it's McDonald leading. And there's a lot of popping and banging out there. I think it's Wayne Carter's machine, but it's not popping and banging enough that Sean Courtney can catch up into the last turn, and Masters is making a bold effort to go round outside of McDonald. Can McDonald hold on? Yes he can. That's a good win for Grant McDonald. Masters second, Carter third, and Sean Courtney last. Shouldn't have been last in that one. And 3-all, and Glasgow win tonight's meeting. That's 45 points to Glasgow, 39 to the Islanders, and we'll see what Heat 15 brings.
Well, Heat 14 sponsored by the West Tube Company, and our tremendous Heat USA for our best of yellow flag is standing up for a tremendous fight on a rising and corner.
Well, this is the last Heat 15 of a very entertaining meeting. The Isle of Wight Islanders have put up an excellent show, very impressed with them, and their top 2 in the last heat are Steve Masters in Gate 1 and Jason Bunyan in Gate 3, and for the Tigers in red in Gate 2 it's David Steen, and in blue on the outside, hoping for a maximum, it's Mick Powell. Tape tries, and it's the Tigers duo that have hit the front. Can they stay there at the end of 4 laps? It's Powell and Steen, followed very closely by Jason Bunyan on the outside, and Masters almost overran the corner, and Bunyan has been highly impressive. A rider that's not had an awful lot of luck over the years. We started to say that earlier on, trouble with injury, but I've been very impressed with him tonight. Look at that, he's powering around the outside of David Steen, and David Steen hasn't been hanging about tonight, and Powell's looking for his partner. He's sussed out where Bunyan is. Will he ride his own race, or will he try and help Steenie through? We'll watch the action. There's a lap and a half to go, and here comes Masters putting a huge challenge in on David Steen. Steen cuts across him there to try and block him. Not a clever tactic, possibly. Masters might not be happy with that. Can Steen hold on? And it's Mickey Powell, all being well out the 4th turn, going to complete another 15-point maximum. That's impressive stuff from Mickey. Steenie goes wide to the fence, and Masters catches him, and maybe justice there. Poor last ride from David Steen. 3 points for Mick Powell, 2 for the highly impressive Jason Bunyan. Steve Masters picks up a 3rd place. The 3-all takes tonight's final scores to 48 for the Tigers and 42 for the Isle of Wight Islanders. And as we said, it's a highly impressive performance from all of the Islanders. They fully deserved their victory last night at Berwick, and they've run Glasgow fairly close here tonight, and they deserve the reception they're getting from the crowd.
And you know what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when we have a full house here at Shawfield, up at the fifth gate now, you can see tradition, 50 points. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, go. Well done, ladies and gentlemen, next foul, another 50-point match.
Behind it, there he is. Deal!
News from the pits as to who will be replacing Jimmy Isherwood. I think it's best after the great deal. The rules and regulations for this one, anyone can replace anyone. And so,
2 minutes, Rick.
he's on 2 minutes for the 4 riders. We're waiting on a 4th rider. We're waiting on a 4th rider. We are allowed replacements, Neil. We have 1 minute remaining. 1 minute remaining for Richard Southgate and the other 3 riders.
Yeah, man. Give me some shit again, eh, yeah? Hey, my guy, come on.